Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't been here before, my name is Naya and I am an Australian living and working in Yangon, Myanmar. So I have been here since May 2019 and I love making content all about the country. So, Naya vlog gane josobare, jiminimeka Naya ba. I need to learn more Burmese than that, but I'm getting there and I'm practicing, but I'm really confident with that so far. If you haven't seen me trying to learn Burmese, here's the videos. Boom. Watch them, they're really entertaining. So today's video is gonna be pretty fun and I thought it'd be like a good mixture of educational plus like fun little perspective and a bit of comedy. So today we're answering the internet's most asked questions about Myanmar. So I've gone on Google and I've had a look at the when, what, why, and how. I've written that into Google and it comes up with little prompts of like what the most searched questions are. So we're gonna answer some of them. So let's begin. All right, here we go. Let's start with one. How is Myanmar pronounced? Okay, so I pronounce it Myanmar. There are a lot of foreigners that you will come across, foreigners that live in Yangon or in Myanmar or also live overseas and they call it Myanmar. A lot of people say Myanmar. It's really odd. I don't really know why people say Myanmar because it doesn't really, like, I don't know, I guess it's phonetic, not really. Myanmar sounds right. Myanmar. Anyway, that's how you say it. All right, next question. Here we go. How safe is Myanmar? Okay, so when I first came to Myanmar, I was so shocked by how safe it was. Actually, wait, correction. When I first came to Yangon, because I had traveled around Southeast Asia quite a lot, and I was used to having to have my guard up and just being like really mindful of where I was and all those people around me. I came in with that mindset initially to Yangon, but once I lived here and I started to like, get to know my surroundings, I realized that the country was like so safe. You know, obviously like any other place and environment that you're in, if you go looking for trouble, you're gonna find it. So don't do that. But yeah, Myanmar is a lot safer than I think personally like Melbourne. I catch grabs here all the time and I feel completely fine, but I wouldn't go and catch a cab in Melbourne in my own home country because I just feel like it's not as safe. So Myanmar's pretty safe. Just don't be an idiot and you'll be fine. Okay, so next question is, what is the time zone in Myanmar? So in accordance with the universal time, the coordinated universal time to the UTC, Myanmar is ahead of it by 6.30 hours. It's really annoying, it has like half hour, so it's always like a half hour ahead of all the different time zones. Like for Thailand, we're like just 30 minutes ahead of Thailand, no, behind Thailand. So it's just like a bit hard to calculate sometimes. My mum has a lot of difficulty with that. Okay, why is Myanmar known as the Golden Land? So I was looking at this and it's called the Golden Land or known as the Golden Land because they have so many beautiful like temples and pagodas with gold leaf all over it. So for instance, the Shuegon Pagoda is gleamingly gold and Shui means gold, so that makes sense. So that's why it's called the Golden Land. There's just a lot of glimmering temples and pagodas with gold leaf all over it. What is the Myanmar zip code? Honestly, I don't know what the Myanmar zip code or postal code is. I don't even know if we have one because honestly, I just don't get people to send things here to me because the mailing system is not great here. People sent things to me and I never received it. So I've just learned from experience not to. But I do think if you do like courier, DHL or tracking, you have a better chance, but then also you have to pay like custom fees and it's super expensive. So the postal code, irrelevant guys, don't worry about it. Okay, so what is the religion in Myanmar? This is interesting. There's a lot of different ethnic groups throughout the whole of Myanmar. And so the most predominant religion is Buddhism. So I think maybe like 70% of the population. That's not a quotable, that is not a statistic you should quote me on, but I think I know that a large majority of the country is Buddhist, and then there is a mixture of Christian people. Further up north you find more Christian faith individuals because from what I have learned from my colleagues is that a long time ago, like Mormons, and they came in, or Mormons or like people came and did their missions up in the north and taught people about Christianity, and that's how it kind of grew in that area. But mostly people are Buddhist. People are also Muslim. There's like a big Indian culture, so there's probably like a decent amount of like, Hinduism. But yeah, a vast mixture, but majority Buddhist. What is the Myanmar language? So it's hard. You can't really answer this question with one answer, because Myanmar, as I know, and as if you know, and as if you don't know, Myanmar is very diverse. As you can see the map here, there are a lot of different states in Myanmar, and each state has not only one ethnic group, but like multiple that speak different dialects. So it's very diverse, and so you can't really say that Myanmar has like one language. The national language is, which I call like Myanmar language, is Burmese, and that's only like one section of the country. But if you go to different areas throughout Myanmar, people will speak different languages, and even speak they're multilingual, which is really, really impressive. Okay, next question. What is the capital of Myanmar? So the capital of Myanmar is Naypyidaw, which is a hip hop happening place. And if you haven't watched my video on Naypyidaw, it's up here. But the economic capital is Yangon. So a lot of people live in Yangon, but Naypyidaw is the official capital of Myanmar. What's the population of Myanmar? So the population is about 55 million. This is not like 100% accurate, because I think that they haven't been able to completely account for everybody, but yeah, it's 55 million people, which is crazy, because in Yangon there's like only 5-6 million people. So you just kind of think like, where are all the people? And every time I go traveling throughout Myanmar, I just think that the places are not like super saturated with individuals and people. So I always wonder like, where is everybody in this country? But I think a lot of people still live rurally, but even when I go through rural areas, it's not that busy. So I don't know, there's a lot of land. People are just dispersed everywhere. So next question is, what is special about Myanmar? Myanmar is a country that is very rich in resources, and it's huge. It just has so much room for opportunity. It's very untouched, and very beautiful. Yeah, I think Myanmar is, what's special about Myanmar? I don't know, I think it's just such a diverse place that's just so untouched still. And very traditional, which is really lovely to see in such an interconnected world that is so developed that sometimes when you go to a city, it's a bit too similar to another city you've been to, and you don't want that. You want a whole country to be like individualistic and interesting. And so yeah, that's what I think anyway is really special about Myanmar, and I really like. So when is the best time to visit Myanmar? The best time to visit Myanmar is definitely not during the rainy season, which is from April to October. So I highly recommend visiting during our winter, which is December to January, because it's a lot cooler. You get like a nice breeze, maybe like 29 degrees sometimes, 28, 25 at the best. And if you travel up north, it's actually quite cold. We will need a jacket, and it actually is genuinely quite cold, so would recommend that. And how long do you recommend spending in Myanmar? So I recommend spending about 2 weeks to 3 weeks here. Maybe even a month, the whole 28 days that you get for your tourist visa will probably be optimal, because you can really take the time to go and visit all the great different parts of the country. Don't just come to Yangon and Bagan. Go and explore as much as you can of the country. It's so amazing and diverse. So yeah, I think I've answered most of the questions on the internet that I am knowledgeable about Myanmar. So obviously not going to answer questions that I don't really know that much about, like aka the history of Myanmar, because I'm not that well versed in it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little insights into answering the most asked questions about Myanmar on the internet, which has been really fun. Let me know if there's any other sort of sit down videos you want me to do. Comment below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.